I already have the data downloaded. All the explanation is in that link for you to check out, and we will just dive straight into it. So first of all, when we so we have some code published there, but that was super slow. It was taking forever. This is a Jupyter notebook running on Kaggle.com itself, but I was actually having trouble running it. I did submit somebody's code. It's not my code, and it did score 0.43. There would be a leaderboard, so 0.43 will be down the bottom somewhere. So that's okay. That's just something to start with. And this one is using a donut algorithm, which detects, labels the images, marks what's on an image, and that's fine. But yes, it's a generative model, so it can hallucinate. And I thought we'll go at it in a different way. We'll just do more deterministic type of processing. And because I'm having trouble to run things in the Jupyter notebook itself, before it was just either stuck or something, or I reached some sort of limit just with that sample code that someone posted. We might just start from scratch in Python. We have the data downloaded, and we will be using ChatGPT to actually generate the code. So we have some examples. Have to pull it out. So there is this bunch of full folder of JSON files. We'll start off that. We open the JSON file and we sort out, see what images we got. So there's about 6,000 images or so. We will start off this folder. We have everything in the same folder. I'm not sure how all this folder business works, but essentially what it is a bunch of charts as such, and the competition is to be able to detect what type of chart it is. We have some, so they're generally bar, dot, line, and scatter plots. This will be a scatter plot or line. Well, this will be a line. This will be a line with dot points with markers on it. But we'll start with detecting bar charts. So the most obvious way to go about it is to detect squares. So we do, and then edge detection for horizontal and vertical lines. Then we try to detect non-straight lines, because those will be more likely actual line data. And we also try and detect data points of small circles, triangles, diamonds, crosses, X marks, and dots. So that's the general idea. I'm sure someone have done this before, but we are trying to learn. Actually, there's a bunch of papers on that topic. This one for some reason includes pie charts as well, which we don't have here. And the other thing, we just need the extract the data. So we need to specify what type of chart that is, and then specify the data series. So extract the data points from the chart on the separate X and Y axis. So there is a standard form for that. Also, right, so ask ChatGPT for common data points. So yes, you have all these circle shapes, triangles, diamonds, crosses, and yes, the bar chart will have bars in it, so essentially squares. Then we'll try to find the upper line in that square, and that will be the actual data point. Then you have lines. You also have bubble chart, but this data interesting doesn't include bubble charts. It doesn't include those what's it called, the dot charts, which we might ignore those for now. So we'll just aim at bar charts and scatter plots and line charts. Interestingly as well, I haven't seen any charts with a caption, with what's called annotations. I forgot the name, but you know what I mean. The one, and all the charts only have one data set on it. I haven't seen any, say, bar charts with two types of data on it. So they're pretty straightforward. Some of them are having this dark background, so I assume some image detectors will have trouble with those. So we might do a specific detection for those, and then invert. So it's a white background and black text, but those ones should be fine. Some of them have the text is kind of not of a high resolution, so that could be a problem as well. Yeah, and you have some weird things like this, which special cases. You have some charts with missing data, so that would be difficult. It should just come up with 0 or not available, no data. Yeah, error bars. sorry, whisker plots indicating error. So that's a unique case as well. With boxes, squares, so you could have most of the time it will be some sort of frame. So that's and then you will have horizontal and vertical lines for your axis. And yes, we could also detect we could also detect lines. We would use OpenCV in Python. Well, that's what ChatGPT is recommending. Yeah, so let's sort out our folders. Good thing about it as well that you could where is it? There's an option to change those. So we won't be using the tonal model. That's what someone already used in some sort of generative image description. So I might get rid of those. And apparently OpenCV has a scikit image that gives you a starting point. So there's an example of, so we might compare it to that. In this particular case, just finding corners, and if there's more than 4 corners, it's assuming a bar chart, which is using higher corner detection. But yes, in this case, as they also say here, you'll get quite a lot of false positives, false negatives. But it would be nice to compare. Hopefully that shouldn't take too long. Right, and this is what we get. So it's only okay. That's the result. So I guess we don't have to show the original thing, but it's only yeah, missed quite a few, didn't it? And that's what the submission file will look eventually if we decide to submit anything. Again, we're running it locally, not on Kaggle, and try edge detection and square detector on all of them. See what difference does that make. Yeah, my copilot doesn't work. I have to pay for it or something. But it should be hue gradient, not circles. Yeah, it's getting all mixed up because the original prompt was way too long. Yeah, it's assuming that the text is lines. It's only found one line. For some reason, I didn't find that one. Do it with another image. It's squares and a line detector.